In this digital age of social media, with all the smoke and mirrors, it becomes very hard to distinguish what is real and what is not. Especially since everybody either has an opinion or is always trying to sell you something. Especially trying to tell you how to live your life. It is at this point and at this moment that you must remember to remain crucial in being your authentic self. That's what today's episode is all about. Living your truth. An incredible guest is coming on today as well. Motivational speaker, recording artist, model, actress, you name it. Miss LADYCAM. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my name is Wise, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. Roll the clip.
Bring the chorus in.
Keep on shining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LikeMinds podcast. I'm your host, Wise. We have an incredible show today. To my left, I have an important person right here. This woman is just dope. That's the word, dope. Okay? Understand?
Yeah.
Motivational speaker, right?
Yeah.
Model,
Yes.
actress,
Yes.
recording artist.
My favorite. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss LADYCAM.
Yay.
Let's go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Man, thank you for coming on to the show. I've been wanting to get you on for some time now, so I appreciate you taking out the time. Of course. Tell the people about you. This is my first question. Tell the people about you. Who is LADYCAM?
Cam. All right. Well, LADYCAM is a person that has persevered through so many trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily an alter ego, but I like to call myself Miss Get It, Got It. Basically saying anything I put my mind to, I'm going to get it. Now I got it.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Miss Get It, Got It. That's me.
All right. Tell us about your journey. This episode is all about living in your truth, right?
Definitely.
Let's get into it. What does that mean to you?
Living in your truth. To me, it means, for one, being honest with yourself.
A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. And, being honest with yourself, you definitely have to set boundaries. And a lot of people don't do that either.
Oh, my gosh. Already.
Yeah, I got to get, right. So I got to give a big shout out to my auntie Regina, though.
Yes.
Because,
shout out Auntie Regina.
Right. She used to pound that in my head when I used to talk to her about different situations. And with her giving advice, she kind of always ended it with, just be honest with yourself. And I'm like, I am. But then it's like, am I? Because she keeps telling me this. Obviously, I'm not being honest with myself. So I do go to therapy. And I've been in the word more. So listening to sermons, going to therapy, experiencing life, and using those practices. Every day, it's like, okay, I'm living more in my truth now because I am setting those boundaries.
All right.
And people-pleasing, too. So if you're a people-pleaser, there's no way that you can live in your truth because it's like you want to just please everybody. So, and a lot of times, us pleasing other people, we leave ourselves out and how we really feel. Boundaries.
And it's detrimental. It's like the energy that's in that. I used to do that too. It's like if you keep seeking for the validation of everybody else,
right?
And if you keep pouring into the cup of everybody else, then you can't pour into yourself. You can't pour something from nothing.
Exactly.
You can't pour something from nothing. So, I completely understand that. As a kid, I used to. I think even kids do this. Like we see,
of course.
They want to seek validation, so they'll pull on the emotional strings.
Yeah, crying, acting out,
and they use that, and I think that even grows into adulthood with with manipulation.
Definitely, yeah.
So, I definitely understand how that ties in and how that works.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind. Because I like to ask this question on camera. I like to ask this question on camera, of course, just so everybody understands. And I've asked you personally, but what are your preferred pronouns? Is there anything that you?
I don't do them, cuz.
You don't do them, cuz? Okay. I didn't know.
That's like new age.
That's new age. Okay, I just didn't know. That's why I always like to be respectful in asking.
Yeah. I'm a her.
I'm a her.
I'm her.
I'm a straight up.
Yeah.
So tell me, when did you start growing into yourself to become this person that we see before us?
That's like since birth, like with every, like I say, mainly the dark times shaped me, the depression, I don't know if I could get through this, not being able to cope with situations, the drinking, the drugs, back then, of course, and just really just pushing through and holding on.
And what has led you? Okay, I was about to ask you
Yeah,
that. So
yeah, prayer. I'm a
prayer,
prayer
faith.
warrior, definitely
There you
strong
go.
faith. And I thank my mother for that, Sharon, because she's no longer with us. She passed away in 2017.
Condolences.
But she was, thank you. She was like always stealing like the word in me, and always about prayer. So
That's how the mamas do it. That's the mamas and the grandmamas and the aunties. Everybody in the family, they gonna make sure you know that word. They gonna make sure you know that book, whether you like it or not.
Right. And like you say, and then like with praying, God sends like people in your life. You can be listening to the radio and it's something they say and it's like, kind of like an answer to your prayers. It's different ways that the universe, as they say, will speak to you.
Oh, thank you, thank you
but
for
prayer
that.
has, that's the main thing.
Tell me about like a hard time where you had to where you was fighting with yourself, and what was that process like of getting out of it in terms of living in your truth and what that means. Because I remember you said something. I remember I saw your post out, right?
Okay.
And
Speak to me.
yeah. So I remember there was like a post out and you had commented. And it was about like the LGBTQ and being gay and all those things. And I saw you was like you said praying it out didn't even work.
Ooh, man, I can't even count how many times I tried to pray the gay away, as they say.
Man,
so many times.
Tell me what that fight was like, and trust me, like when we get into hot seat, we're gonna go way deeper into it. We're gonna go back to it and go way deeper. But just tell the people right now, what was that fight like, competing with yourself, knowing that like, man, I'm really different in this body, and I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I say, trying to pray it away, because like growing up when you're young, it was like not forbidden, but you don't do that. Like,
you don't do that. And if you did, no, the family swept it on the rug. They didn't.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
go to church and be like, hey, you better.
Gay. Yeah, you gay as hell. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts, and then they push like, God doesn't love you. He doesn't want you. Which I don't care too much, because I feel like no matter who you are, what you do, you should always pray and try to get stronger, better connection with God. You know? So I don't care what you do, because I feel like He's always going to lead you on the path to where He is and where you're trying to go, where you're supposed to be in your purpose. So I don't like when lots of religions do that. I'm not down on religions. Nothing is wrong with religion. I feel like if you're lost and you're trying to find your way back, religion is a good start. But I wouldn't just solely depend on like religion.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do religion. I'd rather do spiritual more than anything.
Definitely. Yeah, me too.
Because religion, especially with us.
Yeah.
With us, you put us in one room.
Yeah.
As much as it,
it's
that's
a lot
the
of
word.
judgment. Yeah.
It's especially since like how we work and how we even talk to each other. It's not the best way. It's not the best way. So we can walk into a church, and everybody be like, yo, like, who mama that is? Or who that?
I've been to. I was invited to a church before a long time ago, and I don't know if I zoned out or what, but all I can remember her is talking about, and they have these earrings on. They're not supposed to have earrings, and she really preached like a good 15 to 20 minutes about earrings, and I'm looking around like nobody got earrings, and I'm like,
you got earrings.
oh man.
Yeah, she was talking about you this whole time.
But it was like I didn't even have pierced ears. They were press on, so it was like I didn't even have pierced. So I was like,
people love to judge what they don't know, or they don't understand.
Yeah.
People love that.
Because I thought, they were pearl clip-ons, so I'm like, this is church, so this is,
But they wouldn't say that to the older, to the elder lady who's sitting up in the front with that big old hat on.
Yeah, but I looked around, nobody had them on. I'm like,
right, so they must be talking.
That's me.
What does the word authentic mean? Because I know everybody has their different definitions, and for me, I know authentic really means being true, sticking to your guns, sticking to your values and your morals, and even that may change. But if you remain you, but that's the second step, because the first step, some people don't even know themselves to be.
I was gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's all what you just said. Like it's really like alignment. Alignment. So if you're alignment, and a lot of times we don't know. So if you're here, this is where you're supposed to be. But then you sway like over here because you've seen something that you like and you're influenced over here. A lot of things are just going to be like, you're going to be out of whack. So it's all about coming back to that alignment. I could preach this all day, prayer, 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 because it's always, to me, that's what kind of has me in alignment.
That's what keeps you centered.
And like
That's
I
what
said,
keeps you focused.
right? And listening to sermons and just learning more about the spirit and how to acknowledge the things that I feel and staying true to my feeling. If I'm somewhere and I feel uneasy, then I have to go.
That tells you, like, that's the energy. That's the universal God. That's your spirit talking.
Right.
Leave, because it is not suitable. Can you ever had like a thing where like, I don't know, some people have these little I guess not phrases, but they have these little movements. Because if something happens to their body, that means that somebody is doing something to.
Yeah,
it's something wrong. Like if your ears, if like you have to scratch your ear or something, then somebody's talking about you, something like that. Have you had those things happen?
It's mainly like if right here, the gut feeling, or I might feel like my temperature just all of a sudden, or like I feel like shaky. And I'm like, oh no, what's going on? You know, and that really just started like the shaky started like this year. Like, is that
like just a deeper connection into your spiritual realm?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Explain how, because you are an artist. Definitely. You're an artist. How many projects do you have out right now?
Ooh.
Too many to count?
I would say 14. And I don't know if you guys remember DatPiff, but they like took
I remember DatPiff.
They took the site down, but I still have them on my hard drive, so I'll probably upload them. But 14.
14. And how long you been doing music?
The first time I've ever performed, I'll go back then, 2004.
Oh my God, what a time!
Yeah, so my album that just dropped this year is called The Wilderness. Plug.
We definitely gonna get into it, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be right here for Bars and Boo.
Oh,
so we definitely gonna get into it. We definitely gonna get you in, so you can do your thing.
Right.
So yeah, explain living in your truth. And that's why I touched on music, because I want you to get into it. Explain your music and living in your truth in that. How did you come to that? What was your process in that? And when did you find out that you were a certain caliber of artist, whatever that may be in your work?
Yeah. So it started for me just expressing myself with music, because I used to draw, I did poetry, I did all the artsy stuff. But when it came to music, I was able to express myself in ways that I really didn't know how, just verbally back and forth, just having conversations.
Right.
So once I started to go with that, and then I said, hey, let me let other people listen to it. So I want to say high school, when I had like a talent show, and people were listening, they were like, that was you? And then like I have the footage on YouTube, but the crowd went crazy.
We got to see that.
I'm like, I really wore those pants, like those shorts. Like I was like, I'm on stage looking all. I was like,
it's a part of the journey. It's a part of the process.
Yeah, and the growth. But when I went to college in Atlanta, when I let people listen to like my music, they were really inspired.
Nice.
And it was a lot of times it was kind of like self-talk and me just trying to pull myself out of like a depression. So I would write my music, like uplifting music.
Nice, amazing. I love that.
And when I found out that it helped others, I was like, well, I have something here. Because this is something that I need. So something that I need, I know other people can need. So it was kind of like my service to others. And being an entertainer, I love performing.
I love performing too. I be getting stage fright. I be getting nervous and stuff. But I still rock the crowd and I still rock the show. Thank you for that, because a lot of people and even artists, they will never understand that hey, it's really not just about you.
It's not.
It's not about you.
It's not. It has nothing to do with me. It's
nothing to. You're just
unfortunately.
You just the vessel that it moves through.
Yeah, facts.
You just the vessel that it moves through, and I'm even learning that. Even like with this podcast, we're learning.
Yeah.
That like, hey, everybody has something with their mental.
Oh yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and of course, ain't nobody perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm still looking for answers. I'm still searching for answers. Just like I know that you are, and everybody that that's watching. It's a part of the process, man. And I keep preaching that all day, every day, man. This is a part of the process. If you're not willing to go through that work, don't even start.
Oh yeah, and I've been working hard with the mental and therapy, and just getting back in alignment. And I tell you, it's hard work. You're gonna go through times of just crying for no reason. You don't know why, but I feel like it's just the bad energy leaving your body. And I want to say 23 was probably the hardest year of my journey in general. That I feel like right now I'm just now stepping out of the wilderness and I can't be touched.
And that's why you called it too.
Exactly.
Love it. And explain go into more depth about that album. Like, what should we expect on it, and how does that correlate to your truth now? Because I understand that, you know, I'm pretty sure like you've grown in the number of years that you've been doing this, and compared to like the first album versus now,
yeah.
they're two completely different people, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
So explain what you were on your first album, and then explain what changes were made to get to The Wilderness.
You know, it's kind of crazy because on my first album, on my first mixtape, it was still dope and very conscious. You know what I mean? And with The Wilderness, it's still the same ingredients, I would say.
Got you. Same sonic capability, same
Right.
production.
So I feel
type.
like with The Wilderness, I had double back to how I started. Because a lot of times, like I say, when you're not in alignment, you get pulled this way, you get pulled that way. You know, industry, and talking with A&Rs and being signed to Universal at one point, you have so many voices in your head. And when you're young, you're impressionable. So you're like, well, maybe I should rap like this. But then it's like, not listening to that gut feeling, not
Like,
being true
the
to
labels
yourself.
don't know what they're talking about.
Right. And not being true to yourself. You know what I mean? But I think with The Wilderness, I'm in love with it. I listen to it all the time still.
There you
but
go.
it's a lot of songs with Ballhead. People don't know. I wrote that song when I was homeless, really, you know. And it meant a lot because it was right after the time that my mom passed away. And I was like, I'm cutting my hair off. So Ballhead is like really like a long story, but it's very spiritual to me because just being bald head, I used to wear a lot of weaves and, you know, the whole hair thing.
That actually messes with your hair later on. No wonder why. Like, okay, I guess I get it.
My real hair my natural hair was still good, but it was just something that I wanted to do, and I felt so liberated by cutting my hair off. And it was like, instead of hiding behind the big hair, it was just me. You see me,
and that's the crazy part. Yeah. That's the crazy. I think. Like, even a lot of women, just from researching what I've seen, like the hair is like that one crucial piece. Because if you cut the hair, it's serious.
Oh yeah, it's like, you know.
It's serious.
Then I had an engagement. I broke off the engagement with this guy, and I was like, you know, I'm going bald head. It's like a new me. So even though I still had like a wig and a hat, just in case it didn't work out, just in case I ain't like.
My mama always told me, if you stay ready, you never got to get ready.
Exactly, but yeah, I'm in love with it. Like, I grew my hair out a little bit, but I always cut it. I think I'll just do the bald thing forever, and I can always go back to like a lace here and there, you know.
I feel you. I remember when I went bald.
Yeah,
I remember when I went bald, and I was like, whoa. I was already looking like George Jefferson, so I knew I had to. I knew I had to make a change. I was like, nah, I can't be doing this. Ain't nobody checking me. Well, you know, with the hair on the side and having the whole. But I was. Bro, it was a mess. I was a mess.
Yeah,
but
it's
I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
so explain. So go into your project now.
Yeah, The Wilderness.
So let's go into The Wilderness.
Okay.
What does that mean to you now? What steps did you take to even get to that point? Explain that to me, because I know, are you performing something from?
Yeah, I'm performing Ballhead from The Wilderness.
Nice, awesome. So look, so you're already gonna hit us with that later, but just give us like the backstory of just how this album came about and when did you start the process?
Yeah, well, The Wilderness, I can't remember the year, but it was a few years ago. I didn't step into The Wilderness. I was just thrown into it. And then I didn't really know. Like I said, I'm a very spiritual, seeking the truth type of person, so I read a lot of literature, and it's like, wait, I think I'm in The Wilderness. So, like I say, as an artist, I write about my life and what I'm going through. So, yeah, I have the turn up, ratchet music. You probably heard it on stage when I was performing.
Oh, yeah,
you know
I remember.
what I mean?
Yeah, I saw you performing. I was
turn
like,
up, yeah.
whoa. But you dope. So I was like,
yeah. So I have that, because in The Wilderness, you lost, you turned up, anger, aggression. So I have those records. And I have other reflective records like Father Time. Basically, we never know when it's our last day type of stuff. Yeah, so I do have those records. Of course, I'm going to keep conscious records, you know what I mean, to make you think, reflective.
Is that a thing? I know some people don't like it when you call somebody like a conscious artist.
I mean,
I've
they
heard
try to put
that.
a negative stigma on it.
Yeah.
But when somebody tells me that they're a conscious artist, I want to hear.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, because I grew up on
lyrics,
Talib Kweli, you know, most definitely, of course,
Common,
Black, Common,
Kanye, the old Kanye.
Yeah, old Kanye. Kanye's still Kanye, but
he is.
But he just
College Dropout though. Come on,
Kyle, you
cannot
cannot compete with that album. Like, I'm sorry. So I get it. Yeah. What is your? I know everybody's on a journey now. If you don't mind, us going back. Explain the conversation that you had to have with. We'll go more deep into this later, but explain the conversation that you had to have with close relatives, close loved ones, when you express that, hey, I'm not on this side. I am a gay person, and I want to be able to reflect, especially from the background of church, and
Yeah,
you know how that
yeah.
go religion.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
explain that conversation and what was that like?
Oh, let's see. I know with my mother, I did speak to her like years before she. Yeah, of course, before she passed.
Yes,
But
before she passed. Yeah.
yeah. So I used the crying.
You had to
She
hit.
can't turn me down now.
I get yeah. When you
Hey,
do that,
look.
it's a wrap, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, she basically told me because I was like, I think I like women. And she was like, well, I still love you regardless. That's between you and God. And that kind of, it was it. I wish I would have been came out.
I was like, yeah, I wish I would have said something
Earlier,
10 years ago.
but,
But
right.
I
So,
get it.
yeah, when my dad, I can't remember how it started with him, but he was like, you like women? It was that, but he was a dad. He was okay.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't until I got married.
Mm.
It was like,
Oh,
so
this
I'm
is
like,
serious.
Yeah, so I'm like, where's all this energy before when I was outside with her and her? But but I
Because
understand.
as parents, they like, of course, they want you to be the best, and they want to raise you to be the best, and they have their standard of living that they want you to follow.
Right, yeah.
But it's not necessary. It doesn't mean that we have to follow that same suit. You can still give us the same morals and the same values.
Definitely.
But we still have to follow our own path, whatever that path is. You can't choose that for us. We have to do that on our own. And I think that's where a lot of parents like hinder, and that even goes into living your truth.
Right.
And if that means that you have to separate yourself from family, if that means you have to separate from friends, colleagues, move to a new city, go get a new job, then that's what you got to do, because peace is essential.
Oh yeah, peace is everything. Like
peace is literally everything.
As far as like coming out to my friends already knew they would download themselves. Like
so everybody was in the clique. Everybody was like, "Hey, bro, you too?
Yeah.
You all right? Sure, what we doing?"
Right. So like when it came down to like fans and just everybody in general, it was really like a Facebook tag. I tagged. She was my girlfriend at the time, and in a relationship with how it is on Facebook, and everybody was like, "What?" Like a lot of people on my page already knew, but I did notice a few relatives that kind of backed up a little bit. So I did see that, but
and that's okay.
Right. I didn't have to, hey, I got to tell you something. When I sit down, I didn't have that. I didn't care for that.
You didn't care.
Look, I just posted it, and you see it, you don't. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to see it and not say anything, but that's fine, too.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people be on Facebook, and they'll be like, all right, I'm going to just watch. And people love to watch, but they never like.
Don't hit like, don't comment.
Don't hit like, don't comment. But you know it because they'll watch your stories. They'll watch your stories and be like, I'll be like, you watch my story like every time I post something. So obviously you either secretly, or no, you liking me, but you hating me in public, but you secretly liking me behind closed doors.
That's crazy.
And that's wild. I never got that. I was like, why do that?
You hurt yourself. You're not living right. You're not living in your truth. You're not being honest.
You're not being honest. Explain.
It's so true.
So going to, well, let's go back to music really quick.
Yeah.
For you, right? Was did you ever feel yourself not being honest within your art form in some way, shape, or capacity? You feel like you was writing something, you recorded it, you put it out, but you like, and you heard it and you was like, whoa, I'm not, and somebody had to like check you on it and be like, yo, bro, this ain't you.
I've had that more towards like imagery.
Okay.
Like with pictures, even like ex guys was like, I like it, but I don't feel like that's you, and I'm like, that's dope. Thank you. Yeah. But as far as like with music, I felt like when I first came out, I didn't curse only because my mom didn't want me to curse in my music.
Ah, man, that's dope. That's dope to hear. That's dope to hear.
So as I got older, I was like, bleep, bleep, a little bleep
F it, we out here.
But I make a point to make clean records, as well as like if I have an explicit version, I make sure I have a clean version.
Awesome.
Now with the Wilderness, I haven't released a clean version yet, but I will do that soon though. But because I do have it though.
You got it.
Yeah.
Man.
But I think that was the only thing, just me trying to be too perfect, so to speak, and not make mistakes and being a perfectionist. So it was like, even when I was like smoking cigarettes behind the scenes, what I used to, it was a bad habit. I've been free for like 7-8 years. You know what I mean? So,
yes, ma'am.
And I remember one time somebody saw me smoking a black and mild. It was like, I didn't know you smoke. And I'm like, dang. Like I really kind of filtered my image. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to put my best foot forward. But in that, it's kind of like I feel like people have to see the good and the bad and know the authentic you. And that's how you help others grow. because I've kicked.
Love it.
You know, anything that I used to do, I kicked it. Like I don't have to do anything.
But that's a mental thing that you have to go through. It kind of
definitely-
goes back to the episode we had with my boy Hash when he was up here. We did an episode about self-discipline.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You have to have it. And I've been a vegetarian twice years at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like even with eating habits, you know what I mean. I kind of got a little relaxed since
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I did that already, but it definitely takes discipline for that because I really just didn't eat any meats. It was vegetables, beans, rice, things like that.
I need to eat
Fruits.
stuff like that because I got a dad bod right now.
I mean, I recommend it. I recommend it for at least like 4 months if you can.
I definitely
6
want. I
months.
definitely want to try. It's like I said, it's a mental thing for a lot of people. People
is.
don't. Again, that work, that process, that is a consistent thing.
Yeah.
Guys, on this episode, it's all about the work and it's all about the progress that we're trying to do. Now let's go into. I want to see where I can hit you with, because I want to save some stuff. You know, I definitely want to save some stuff. You know, for hot seat, but let's get into the modeling and the acting. Tell us about how that transitions into music, or how that, or how that, how that inspires
Yeah.
it,
Well,
and why did you get into it?
Yeah, I always had a love for entertainment, period. So I went to college for video production and film
Nice.
in Atlanta. So being behind the scenes, it's like, oh, so this is how they do it. This is how they make it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just always an interest that I had. And when my mom was still here, we went on different extra movie, like the movie sets, and we did extras. So I was an extra on The Butler, so I got a chance to meet with Forrest Whitaker,
Yep.
Oprah, and
Nice.
Lee Daniels. So that was a great experience. I'm
Man,
like, they was like
extras be knowing all the
Everything,
stuff. They know all the juicy. Like Oprah
Yeah.
really
yeah,
over
she's
here.
so cool. Like,
No
she was so
disrespect to
dope.
Oprah. No,
Yeah.
please don't sue me. I can't afford to be sued.
Yeah, so she was dope, and just meeting those people like Brent Fraser from The Mummy. I met him. I met the
Nice.
Harry Potter guy.
Nice.
What was the name of it? I forgot the name of the movie, but I was on. I got to hook up too. I was an extra, but they kind of highlighted us a lot. And
Okay,
it was
nice.
towards the end, but it was just a nice experience. I just love being in the mix of things, and one day have
man.
like a few of my own like main roles and stuff. I would prefer action, and now I have this thing for, I don't know why I like kind of horror, scary movies.
I can't do that.
I
I'm
like
sorry.
the weird, not the.
Oh,
you
not
know,
the okay, not
yeah,
okay.
not
The weird, like weird stuff. Okay,
like
got you.
weird extraterrestrial, like. that
Okay,
type
cool.
of
I could do
mind-bending,
that. Mind bending. So sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi
Kinda like
mind bending.
sci-fi.
I love those. Okay.
Okay.
So I would definitely play in those.
Explain the Atlanta scene and how and like did the music and all the acting stuff really start there, or did you say you already kind of knew that from jump? And explain how like the Atlanta scene really molded and shaped that to where you got here and you started just running and gunning.
Well, from in Atlanta, I was kind of young to do anything out there.
Okay.
So for venues, we kind of had to sneak in.
Do what you got to do. That's
Yeah.
how Pink was like that. She
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
perform
we had
all
to
them Atlanta clubs and
yeah.
and they knew. I was like, she sing? She only
well,
14.
Yeah, when I was in Atlanta, it was mainly the music scene out there, and like I was like the rapper on campus. You know what I mean? It was. I stayed in the dorm, so you know it was lit.
It was lit.
It was
Blasting
lit.
music.
Yeah,
Your
having
roommates
dorm
can't study.
parties, yeah.
Oh, you was that person. Y'all couldn't get no sleep around you.
Yeah, but I still did my work and I stayed on the honor roll. So if you could do it, do it.
If you could do it, you can
If
do
you
it.
could do it, you could
Oh
do it.
my
But
gosh.
with the acting, it wasn't until I came back home to Louisiana because
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Louisiana, and it was my mom. She was the one was like, let's do this like casting, it's like extras and they paying. I'm like, I guess like okay. So it's really her. She wanted to do it, and I was like, okay. I'm the only
Man.
child, you know what I mean? On
Oh,
my
so you
mom's
all
side.
on your mom's
Yeah,
side?
so,
Okay,
yeah.
got you. So you do have a big family? You got a big family?
On my dad's side.
Dad's side, you got a big family.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I grew up. It was mainly just me and my mom.
So where are you originally from? You originally from?
Well, see, I was born in Dallas, Texas, but
Got
I was
you.
raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Baker, Louisiana.
Tell me about that culture.
Which one?
The Louisiana culture.
I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana.
I'm from Louisiana.
What was that like growing up? And tell me, and this kind of actually ties back into the music and and influence and whatnot. Tell me, how was that? How was growing up in that environment like? And then also, what were your influences musically?
Musically, down south, it was not. If it wasn't No Limit, it was Cash Money.
That
It
was
wasn't-
it. That was like that was it. That was life.
Until I got older, then it expanded to like Lauryn Hill, one of my favorites, like the more conscious hip hop.
yeah.
That wasn't until I got older, but it was mainly if it wasn't No Limit, it was Cash Money. That's all I would listen to.
Oh man, with the CDs.
Of course, cassette tape.
Cassette tapes. I used to record. I used to wait for the radio. I used to play the radio, right? And I would have a cassette tape, and I would record on the cassette tape on both. Bruh.
Yeah, definitely. That was
The
me.
true mixtape, the original mixtape.
Right,
People don't understand that.
They don't.
It's a for y'all younger ones.
Just Google it.
Just Google it. You got Google on your phone. Go do that.
YouTube.
But look, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna get into some more information. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wise, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. And to my left, Miss Lady Cam. Y'all already know this. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Bring the chorus in.
Keep on shining.
Yo, what's up, people? It is your boy Wise, and welcome back to the LikeMinds podcast. To my left, Miss Lady Cam. What's going on with you?
What's good? Cam?
I just appreciate you. Oh my gosh, I just
appreciate
appreciate you being on. We already got some gems. We already got some good information, but we gonna dive in just a little bit. Just a little. Ooh, y'all not ready for no Trey. Let me just. But I got a few questions, and then we're gonna touch on some other things in your career that you know that you do. Okay. One of my first questions is, just coming back, what makes you tick?
Like
Just in general, what makes you tick? You could do it from a positive standpoint, negative standpoint. We just want to know what, because this is all part. This is all part of being authentic and living in your truth. So what makes you tick?
What makes me tick is probably disrespect.
Ooh.
That's like, and like I said, I'm in therapy, and going to therapy, they kind of teach you about your triggers. And we found out that disrespect is one of my triggers.
Disrespect is a lot of people's triggers.
Yeah, but it was like really.
Oh, like real.
What?
Ready. I used to be that kid. I used to
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I used to be like really what was it? Anger. I had a lot of anger in me.
Oh yeah.
So I would like throw chairs at teachers.
Tantrums and stuff.
Tantrums. I played with knives.
Fire.
What? Okay, yeah. We just gonna keep it pushing because fire causes boom.
Right.
But yeah, so exactly. I get that. So what makes you? So what other triggers like really make you tick outside of disrespect?
I guess when people lie about small things and things that they didn't have to lie about, and I feel like if you grown, like why are you lying?
You know why people do that?
Because they scared. Right?
A lot of people are scared.
Yeah.
And people will like, again, it's living your truth. People love a perception. Yeah. And that perception, they want to protect that at all costs.
Yeah.
So they do these certain things, and then even like the smallest little lies.
It's like, you really?
Like you really had to lie about that?
But then it makes you think, what else do you
lie about?
So now I'm like,
So now I don't trust you. So now everything that you say, I'm like,
I don't know, B.
I don't know. I don't know, B. Like, what's good with you?
Right.
You can't even trust them to say, hey, yo, like, what you think about this?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what?
For real? You sure?
You sure? You good?
Okay.
I definitely understand that. So disrespect
and
just lying. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I used to lie. Like
I think we all had a phase.
Everybody got a phase.
When you start living your truth, you don't care. I say that so much.
People don't, but it takes a while for people to get to that stage. Like everybody's not there mentally, and because as I said in the monologue, we live in this digital age. Everybody, especially on social media, they show you the end result. They show you the finished product, and everybody keep looking at the tip of the iceberg when they don't know, bro. Like everything down here,
it's not being posted.
It's not being posted, and I think that's what causes like a lot of suicide. That's what causes a lot of depression, and that causes, especially with the kids, that's because they're impressionable.
Yeah. I had to look at it when it comes to like comparisons and stuff like that. I look at it as inspiration. Oh, this person is doing that. Oh, wow, that's dope. If they could do it, I can do it. People that I look up to. So I try not to, they just have a good life and I'm just here,
That comparison will mess you up in the end.
Yeah, if you look at it wrong, definitely it will.
Definitely. Yeah. And so my next question that I got for you, when was a time that you weren't honest with yourself? A time that you weren't honest with yourself?
Probably being straight.
Hey, okay.
But no. I was being funny because I did like him,
Okay.
That I wasn't honest with.
That you wasn't honest with, like outside of the straight and gay debate.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
outside of that,
that's something I have to think about.
Well, it's okay. We can come back to it.
That I wasn't honest with
that you
myself.
wasn't honest with. It could be as lighthearted or it could be as deep as you want to, just bring it to the table. But something that you definitely wasn't honest with yourself about, and you look back and you was like, bruh, why did I do that? Like, why?
I think, well, like you said, like the LGBT, that was like the main thing.
That was the main
that
thing.
I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I have to think about.
Okay, there's no problem. There's no problem. Now we're gonna get into motivation.
Okay.
Cause I see you doing your car videos. I see you be doing your car videos, and I see you be telling people. I'm like, man, she owns something.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't think everybody, understands like the level of just knowledge and brain power that she even giving to people. Right, so, explain to me what motivates you. What gets you up out of bed? My
purpose, and knowing that I inspire and help and motivate people. Because, like you say, it gets hard sometimes, just being an artist in general, So getting out the bed knowing that somebody's counting on me, somebody, even if I haven't even met them, or even if I never meet them, somebody.
There's another LADYCAM. There's a 12-year-old LADYCAM out here.
Yeah, 12 years, okay.
Probably. And they like, yo, I can't. And they see you, and they be like, oh, my gosh, I want to be.
I
want to be that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how does that correlate? So for me, let's get into some motivation, right?
Okay.
What made you, of course, I know you said your purpose, but just go a little bit more deep into it. Okay. What made you want to be a motivational speaker? And did the music have anything to do with that? Was that like a correlation of sorts?
It was definitely a correlation because, like, DMX, of course.
DMX.
But how he would get on stage and he would have the prayers. Oh, my God. And it would just touch people that they would cry. So I wanted to kind of put that motivational speaking in my stage.
Yes.
My stage shows. But where it started, I remember I was working at Convergence in Baton Rouge. It's like a call center for Sprint.
Nice.
And I don't know, I just started sending like my teammates that were on my team different quotes every morning. So when we had each other numbers, I would just get up in the morning, just send them quotes because they would help me and uplift me. So like I said, let me see how this works with other people.
Gotcha.
I would just send them quotes every morning, and all of a sudden I stopped because nobody was really responding. So I guess it's not important. The day I stopped it. Where's my quote?
Where's my quote? I need my quote for the day.
Yeah, they were blowing my phone. I'm like, why y'all ain't saying nothing? So I just kept with that. So it started with like quotes, sending to people's phone, and then of course the verge of Facebook and social media like was really popping. And I just started posting them on Facebook, and then you had Instagram. So I'm like, you can't really just write paragraphs, so I have to do it a different way. So that's when I pulled out the video camera, and then I just do it from my cell phone now.
Nice.
Yeah, so I kind of evolved into it,
I love that because I was like, all right, you a different type of breed, because we're all working in the same vein. We're all here for service. Because I believe every job that you do is customer service.
It definitely is.
And so if you know how to do that, you can do anything in this world.
Yeah, definitely.
And so what else are you trying to do? Are you trying to maybe expand on that to be like a I guess a persona, quote unquote, with the motivational speaking? Do you want to hold some seminars or conferences? Do you want to hold classes? Like, how do you want to evolve being a motivational speaker?
I definitely would like to do like some TED Talks. Yeah, TED Talks.
Definitely want to do a TED Talk.
Yeah, conventions, kind of like that aspect.
Okay.
Just be available for that. But it would have to be centered around something that I would like to give to the people. You know what I mean? Versus, you're a speaker, so I want you to speak about this. You know what I mean? That type of stuff.
Because you can't plan that, man. Sometimes you gotta be like, yo, I just straight off the top, and that's why I kind of came in here. Like it is structure here, but it is also kind of more loose and feel like I got notes on the phone, but I'd rather let me have a convo because this convo, you never know what can come out of it, and you never know what that path is even gonna lead to.
Right.
So next question though for you, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Describe LADYCAM in 3 words.
Energetic.
Yeah. Yeet. Yeet.
Ski
Ski.
Definitely energetic.
Okay.
I don't know if it's if I could put it in one word. Like this next, it's raw. I would say raw, a little rawish.
Okay.
Like
kind of like
authentic raw.
Authentic raw. Got you.
Yeah. That's
true to self. Okay, it's authentic raw. Like what you see is what you get. Ain't nothing else to it. You ain't got to go look for nothing. You ain't got to pick my brain.
Right,
Here it is.
So energetic, raw, authentic. And
one more.
I like classy.
Classy.
I want to keep it classy.
Because I went from ashy to classy.
Classy, right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Last question just for this part of the show, and we're definitely gonna come right back and give you some hot seat questions. Are you ready for hot seat though?
Fire, always.
Oh my gosh! All right now, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. But the last question right now, what do you value most in life, and also within yourself?
I like that. The most that I will value in life, relationships with people. I really underplayed that, and I didn't know the importance of it until I started losing people. Like my manager, I lost him 2016, like months before I lost my mom. And you know, when he left, it's you know, in the music business, it's really hard to find genuine people that care about you as a person.
You don't get that in the music business. And both?
What?
Man, because they be like, because I've just heard about just stories. And we hear the stories. We hear the stories in the industry about just people that be like, yo, my manager did this to me and the label did this to me. And it's like, because they about $1. But when you got somebody that truly ride for you. So that's why, like, when I hear stories about these artists, and I'm like, man, and the manager come back 10 years later and be like, this is what really happened because they did this or they took the deal over here and they didn't include. It's real.
I have stories.
Man.
But it was that, and like I had a lot of like great aunties and uncles and people that just passed away over the years, and you find yourself like not necessarily lonely, I would say, but mainly like you can't really trust people like that. The real authentic, genuine people, like they're gone for the most part. There's still like a few out there, but just the relationships that from fellowship and people that I meet and just us having this conversation. Like I used to do Lyft, so as I'm picking up and dropping off, some people would just tell me their problems and issues, and I would just help them out and make them feel better. And oh man, thank you so much. So it's those interactions when I say relationships. And so I really value those. So I really value that in life. And what was the other one?
What do you value most about yourself?
Perseverance, I would say.
Perseverance. And where does that come from?
Like I say, from the start, my mom.
Your mom did? Okay, right. That's right.
That's right. Prayer and things like that.
And people don't understand, like, even going back to Kanye a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, did you see the documentary?
I heard about it. I saw parts, but
man, you gotta go see that.
I feel like I might write an album just watching it.
You could probably write an album, but it's called Yay Trilogy, I believe it is. It's and it's on Netflix. So if y'all haven't seen that, make sure y'all go watch that too. But this documentary, man, like that man's mom.
Yeah.
That man's mom was his world.
Yeah.
And the confidence that she instilled in him
was ridiculous.
Was crazy. That's why he's the billionaire.
Yeah.
And people look at him like he wilding. It's like, nah, this my mama told me I could do anything in this life that I want.
My mom told me the same thing. Yeah.
And so with that, I'm a run with it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna run and go. And people get uncomfortable.
Because they're not living.
They're not living that. They're not living that. People can't fathom.
Yeah.
That's why people don't even like Deion Sanders right now.
Oh yeah.
Coach Prime. They can't stand the fact that this man came into a campus, a team that was just losing, horrible, flipped them all around, be the top contender team, and he's keep going, and he doing it with shades on, he doing it with his jury on, he doing it, he flying it out, and he doing it, he about to bringing celebrities out because everybody understands like the importance, and he's instilling into these these young men that hey, I'm gonna give you know that you can win, I'm gonna give you all the confidence. You got it. We gonna do this together. This is a ride of a lifetime. Enjoy it, learn from it, live from it, persevere, right? And a lot of people just aren't comfortable, especially when somebody's in this space. Have you ever been in that space where like your confidence was just oozing out so much, and some people was like, they just like, bro, can you like? Yeah. And they try to say like some slick stuff, or they like
try to dim your light. Before I used to not speak when I hear that, but now I'm like I talk back with it like why?
What's up? You good? Like is there an issue?
I'm not turning down my light. Why? I've been there, done that. I told you it's over with.
It's over with.
It's over with.
And I can tell, like, man,
it's over with. Yeah.
It's just a thing that I wish a lot of people did more because they would live out their dreams more.
And you'll be so happy.
And you'll be a lot more happy. You'll be a lot more peaceful.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Sometimes like living in your truth means that, you're doing what you want to do to make yourself happy. You're being true to yourself, and you're also, sometimes you're distancing other people, if that means friends, families, colleagues, peers, however you want to phrase it. Getting those people out your life and only bringing the people in who says, "Hey, man, I accept you for who you are and where you at,
you.
and I'm gonna celebrate you in this process."
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with pleasing people, but when you become a people pleaser, that's
Woo!
different.
Jim.
Bars.
Don't do that. Don't do that out here. See, she already. But look, we save it for bars in the booth. We're gonna get to the bars in the booth. But ladies and gentlemen, look, man, we're gonna come right back. We're gonna come back with Hot C. Okay, well, we ask the tough questions, but we're gonna get some real answers. I need y'all to stay tuned. LADYCAM, she's in the building. Wise, I'm in the building. LikeMinds podcast. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LikeMinds podcast. I am here with my special guest, Miss LADYCAM. And as you can see by the red lighting, it's time for Hot Seat. Are you ready, man? You gonna be sweating.
Sure.
She over here about to work up. She like, nah, I got this. But Hot Seat is where we ask the tough questions, but we're gonna get some real answers. So I hope you're ready. We're gonna start off light. And then we're gonna go into a little bit more deeper, okay?
Okay.
And please tell me. I tell you off camera, but I like to tell people on camera as well, just so they know what's up. At any point you feel like the camera, the question is a little bit too hard. Just tag me. Just be like, yeah. Don't punch me. I ain't got time. But no, if at any point you feel uncomfortable, just please let me know. We'll definitely take a break and we'll come right back. First question. We're gonna start off like, what is your... Actually, no, wait. Let me go back. What fears do you experience now?
Now?
What fears do you experience now?
At the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you my past fear and today's fear.
Of course.
So my past fear was like my mom passing away before I was able to tell her that she doesn't have to work anymore. So being that I've experienced that, it's like, what else is there to fear? Real life.
Do you kind of feel like then everything else is like an afterthought? It's like why does it even matter, even to a degree, because your mom was not really here to experience that with you?
What you mean, like just happiness? Just
like just kind of like happiness. I guess like the accolades and the success that you've already been having.
Yeah. It's not really a fear though, but yeah, I felt like that.
Okay.
I felt like that. Even like when she passed that year, it was like when something good did happen, it was kind of like I almost felt guilty for being happy, Or
that's a hard one.
like, or when I got good news, it was like she was the first person I would call, and you pick up the phone, it's like,
And you have to remember that
right.
The fact that you have to consistently
just
relive and even adjust to that. You have to consistently relive that.
Yeah.
I bet that could be a thing.
But as far as like fear not. Like, and I'm not just saying that because it sounds good, but it's kind of like at this point in my life, I really trust God. So if something was to happen, it's kind of like it was meant to happen. He got me this far. What else? What is that?
He ain't
bad?
gonna forsake you, so
right. So it's kind of like, well, it's meant to happen. We go through bad things. Like I said, I've been through a lot of just downfalls and stuff. So it's kind of like if He got me through that, I must need to go through this in order for Him to make me into my purpose. You know what I mean?
So you can actually,
it's like a lesson.
It's like a lesson.
Right.
So you never really take a L. If you do take an L, it's only a lesson.
You're going to come back stronger.
You're going to come back way stronger.
Harder.
Okay, you already, that's the first question and she handling this well. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What is your worst memory?
My worst memory.
Your worst memory.
Gotta pick one.
Pick one that really suits. That definitely brought out the worst side of your character. I want to hear that story.
Let's see. I would say like when it came to like domestic violence, and me as a woman, it's like now I know you don't put your hands on a man, but if he's hit me, I used to hit back. Like I'm just not about to see it.
You're not
Punch him
saying,
back.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're not doing that. But now I know if I wasn't like in a heterosexual relationship, it's like if he hits me, I'm out. I'm not giving you another chance. Like, you know. So that was like a experience when I was the one that would hit first because I'm mad. Like you cheating, like you doing stupid stuff. You know how you see it on
Yeah,
TV.
you see it.
You
That's
cheating.
normally not how it goes, really.
Yeah, but it's like
It really depends.
Look, nowadays dudes are hitting back. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't care. They don't care at that
I
point.
see it all the time on Instagram. I'm like, why she hit him? Like
You can't dare a man to hit you for 3 hours and then get mad when
and
he
when he
actually
hit
does
you,
it.
right.
Like
So
you taunted him.
yeah, I
And
feel like I could have handled though, but that's I didn't really have those tools,
Mm.
and even if I did, I just didn't care. I let my emotions override this situation. I could have handled it much better. Your character should stay the same in any circumstance. You know what I mean? So I allowed how another person treat me change my character and how I reacted to the situation, which it shouldn't have been like that. But I was young.
Everybody.
Yeah, I was young.
When you young and you young and dumb, and you like you just
Right.
don't know. You be like, I'm gonna just wild out because this is what
You
this is
shouldn't
what I
have-
feel.
Yeah.
But that and people have had worse consequences, even death, with that. So you
Right.
got to be careful, folks. Please be careful. Don't just be out here swinging on people just because you angry.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not worth it.
It's not worth
Even
it
if they do deserve it, it's still not worth it.
because you could end up serving the rest of your life behind bars, or you could be in the grave.
Right. I
Because
don't know.
people don't play. People don't play now.
They don't. I don't know if you saw this. It was a post. I forgot what media output or whatever posted, but this guy, he recorded this girl. It was his wife, matter of fact, and she spent his daughter's heart surgery money on Beyonce tickets.
I saw that.
So
I
I
saw
don't-
that this morning.
I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people in the comments, oh man, I'll beat that. But think about it. If he hits her and goes to jail, what about the daughter and her heart surgery? So in certain situations, you really have to be like,
You really got to think because you overreacting could lead to worse circumstances than what you're currently feeling.
and that's the trick of the devil.
Make sure
Relax.
y'all got to. Hey, just be aware of your surroundings and the people that you that you with.
Definitely, yeah.
What is something that not many people know about you?
Something that people don't know about.
Something that people don't know about you that will probably make them not want to be around you. If there is something, if
Right,
there's
like
not,
I'm like,
you're like, wait a minute.
right, like I don't know. I am like sort of weird, like
Okay.
'cause I'm
Everybody weird
awkward,
nowadays.
Yeah. But no, like real life black sheep, like you know what I mean. But I don't know. Other than that, it's like I listen to all genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I like rock, pop, and things like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I would have to think of that.
You gotta think of that, which is okay. And these are all thought provoking questions. And please, if you feel free, like, hey, yo, Chris, I got the answers for these.
Yeah. Hit
You can
up
hit
with
me
it.
back.
Yeah,
You can hit me back, and I'll definitely put on the next episode at some point.
Yeah, but I do because it was like it doesn't matter like going to school, being the new kid. People always be like, "You're different. You're weird." Like I used to always get that. And
Man,
I'm like,
that's the whole point of it. You're supposed to be different.
Yeah.
You think I'm doing all this work or I'm doing so I can stay the same?
right?
Like
come on.
I don't want to be like everybody else because that's what like 85%. I say you to 90% of the population is. Mostly everybody's following.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody leading.
Right. Yeah.
So I get that. All right, we about to go. I got 2 questions left in hot seat, and we gonna get a little bit deep. Okay, so again, just let me know. Describe how the death of your mother affects you then, and now it just happened. Kind of
17.
17. Okay, so describe how your mom's death affects you then and now.
Affected me like how I move.
In any way you feel necessary of how that affects you in any way, shape, or form or capacity.
Definitely, like I said, with the relationships with people, just valuing relationships with people more
Mm-hmm.
because you never know. Like,
Do you find yourself kind of like you never really? Do you like stop saying certain phrases like "Hey, goodbye"? You say
Yeah,
"I see you later"
yeah.
type of deal.
Yeah. My cousin Kathy, she used to always say, "No, we don't say bye. See you later."
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
We definitely, yeah. just valuing people more, and just valuing people.
So those relationships now, are you way more cautious now, or like even like letting people in your?
I mean, I still got my eye open. I ain't stupid.
Yeah,
you know
shouldn't
what I'm
be. You
saying?
shouldn't. Right. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be for sure.
Yeah. I still got my eye open with people, but I always did treat people with respect. But as far as really like valuing just the person, people in general, and I think a lot of times we just move in a fast society, and it's all about me. We forget that like people really go through things.
People really out here hurting, and they put that mask on for a smile because that's the only thing that they could do, and that's even draining.
Yeah.
Imagine if you got to fake it to make it, but watch if you got to fake it like on a consistent basis. Everybody thinking you like to have it. And that's what goes on with these celebrities and whatnot.
That's what
we really be thinking they living a dream. Like, nah, bro, they hurting. They mortgages due. You just seen them on a TV show, but you don't know that they behind. There's a lawsuit here.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on.
Right. And then I remember somebody told me that one day. They was like, man, you just smile all the time. Like, it's like you don't go through anything. And like, I had just lost my mom like a month ago. Like, what else I'm supposed to do?
Sit around and mope.
Yeah.
But that's everybody grieves a little bit differently. Yeah, so therefore that that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got one more question for you for IC. She did pretty good. I tried. She didn't really fold. She's built different. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she built different. Last question though. How did your depression impact how you feel about yourself?
As far as like confidence and stuff?
As far as confidence. Yeah, as far as confidence and just how you are now as a person. Like, did you ever think that you would get out of that? Did you ever think?
Oh, sometimes I didn't. Like I said, I used to turn to like substance abuse and things like that. But with my journey, now knowing that it has to do with a lot of self-talk. And I realized I wasn't talking to myself in a good, positive way because of experiencing so many like downfalls and things that didn't work out. Well, it might work out, but then it's like, well, the other stuff didn't work out. You know how those negative.
Yeah, those negative. They come in real quick.
Now I'm on that. I'm just casting out like bad thoughts. No, we're not doing that. So it's really it helped me to practice a better self-talk, really, when it came to like depression, like the opposite. Like we're not gonna sink and stay in that mind frame.
How do you tell somebody to not like, especially when they're in it? How do you tell somebody to not be in it? To not be in depression. Like, hey, get better, get right. Like you can't.
You don't do that because that's kind of dismissive.
That is dismissive. Very dismissive.
Because I've had people tell me, "Oh, you depressed? Well, just be happy. You want to be sad." It's like, no, it's not.
No.
That's not how it works.
Sometimes it's an uncontrollable emotion, and
it is.
It's a psychological and mental thing that. Definitely that people go through that they just can't. You can't shake it in a day. You can't shake it in a few hours. Sometimes like when I be down, I can't go listen to my favorite song because it ain't gonna hit the same.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times once we find the root of the problem or the root of the depression, then that helps. So my main root was not really talking it out. Like I said, therapy helped so much. I kind of pushed everything under the rug. Like things that were hurting me, not being true to myself, and just I guess I gotta do it this way. But once I got out of that, it was like the depression was less. It's like I'm living my authentic self. So now what?
I love like this one right here. I get it. I appreciate it. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, this was Hot Seat. She clearly passed. Okay. Yes. Couldn't get all the way broken down quite yet. I'm gonna get somebody crying on the show.
Nah, be God. That's cold. You messing with people?
Nah, see, I can't. I'm just playing. I'm not gonna do that. I can't be making nobody cry on the show. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was Hot Seat. Lady Cam, she did a thing. We'll be right back, and when we come back, Lady Cam is gonna take the stage. Bars in the booth. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Get ready. Let's go. We'll be right back. Yo, what's up, people? It is your boy Wise, and I'm back with Miss Lady Cam. This is called Bars in the Booth. Y'all already know what it is. Stop playing with us now, Miss Lady Cam. I know please tell us about right here, The Wilderness. And she
That's
old
beautiful.
school with it. She got the CD. Stop playing with her.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
vinyl coming soon too. But
Let's
all right.
go. Talk to
Yeah.
me about it.
The
Talk to me about
Wilderness
it.
just it's a representation of the journey that I had over the past few years.
Uh-huh.
After the passing of my mother, trials and tribulations, turn ups. You know, we got to turn
You
up.
got to turn up on it? What's like the record that you doing today? What's the record you doing today?
The record I'm doing today is called Bald Head.
Bald Head.
Yeah, Bald Head.
Don't have me come on this stage with you. I can't do it. I'm old. But look, y'all, look, man. She's about to tear the stage down with a melody of songs, including the song Bald Head. I need y'all to make sure y'all go get this. It's on the platforms, right?
Oh, definitely. And I love LadyCam.com, my website.
Look at that. I love LadyCam.com.
Yeah.
Look at that. Stop playing with her.
Everywhere.
Shout out all the socials just real quick.
Instagram is LadyCam MC, Facebook LadyCam FB, Twitter is LADYCAM. Who else we got? YouTube is LadyCam LADYCAMM. But you can go to iloveladycam.com and it's all there for you.
She did it. That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. But look, man, look, it's okay. It's a lot to remember. I ain't even gonna front with you. So look, we gonna get right into it. She got the. I just can't get over the fact that you got the classic CD. Man, y'all make sure y'all go peep this, man. It is called The Wilderness. It is on all the major streaming platforms right now, and we about to get into this segment, Bars in the Booth. Lady Cam, you ready to shut it down?
Cam, yes.
That's all. That's all I needed to know. Let's go.
Cam, bald head, too bad. That chick, bald head, too sexy. Bald head, where you at? Let's get it. Yeah, she bad with a fade. I admit it. Bald head, too bad. That chick, bald head, too sexy. Bald head, where you at? Let's get it. Yeah, she bad with a fade. I admit it. Walking like a model, I don't need to pop a bottle. Put it in gear, full throttle, low. Hair like I forgot her, and my man acting stupid cause I cut my hair with spoofers. Maybe I should find someone who gon' appreciate my uses. No excuses, we the cutest. Confidence is on the scene. I came to slay today, and every way and in between. Y'all throwing shade this way, you ain't addressing me. Twist it when I walk, pose like it's Vogue magazine. Rubbing on my head. Ooh, I like it like that. Ooh, I like it right there. Cause I am the one, falling and one. They can't do it, but it can be done. How she do it? Fine as hell, without no hair. She got little hair. I'm a queen, I hold my own. Dudes tell me, damn, Cam, girl, you got it going on. Cause I'm a bald head, too bad. That chick, bald head, too sexy. Whoop. Bald head, where you at? Let's get it. Yeah, she bad with a fade. I admit it. Bald head, too bad. That chick, bald head, too sexy. Whoop. Bald head, where you at? Let's get it. Yeah, she bad with a fade. I admit it. I am not my hair as I watch the haters stare. Yes, they judging, I ain't tripping. This is me without a care. Back up. Woo, give me 50 feet. Don't think you heard, gotta put it on. Back up. Give me 50 feet. I don't think you heard, gotta put it on repeat. Don't be hating on my style. You like the way you are? I'm different, yes, I'm different. Don't be acting all bizarre. Woke up with a smile, expressing all my prayers to the highest, cause I'm still caught in my blessings. We get it, got it. We gotta manifest it. Don't care for your opinion. I'ma charge it to my debit. How she do it there?
How she do it?
Fine as yeah, without no hair.
She got little hair.
I'm a queen, I hold my own.
I hold my own.
Dudes tell me, damn, Cam, girl, you got it going on. Cause I'm a bald head, too bad. That chick, bald head, too sexy. Woo, dumb, bald head, where you at?
Let's get it.
Yeah, she bad with a fade.
Minute.
Bald head, too bad. That chick, bald head, too sexy. Woo, dumb, bald head, where you at? Let's get it. Yeah, she bad with a fade. I admit it, bald head. Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
That performance right there. Lady Cam, man, like I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for blessing the stage.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate y'all. We are back here at the LikeMinds podcast. Y'all already know what it is. But all here, I just love that. Now tell us again, where can they find that album?
The Wilderness is available everywhere. You can also go to my website, which is I Love LadyCam at. Yeah, I'm about to call out the email. But
It's all good. It's all love.
www.iloveladycam.com.
Let's go. Well, look, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. You did your thing. Whole takeover episode. Look at you just doing big things, and I just want to tell you and give you your flowers while you are still in this flesh.
Appreciate it.
Sister, keep doing your thing.
Thank
Keep
you.
winning. Keep God first. You already know what it is. All day.
Yes.
Listen, guys, when we come back, we're gonna hit y'all with message of the day. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We coming right back though. Message of the day. Peace.
Yes. Peace.
We coming live and direct.
Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back. My name is Wise, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. First and foremost, I want to give a very, very, very special shout out to Lady Cam. Came through and tore it down on that stage. You hear me? Make sure y'all go get the new project and the latest project, The Wilderness. It is out right now, all streaming platforms. She even had the CDs, y'all. You really can't beat that. Come on now. Go support that queen and all that she does in her endeavors. And she knows, and especially I want her to know that I will be a great supporter of her. I will be there for her for what she needs, and I'm definitely going to be listening to that album. That's first and foremost. Now, this segment right here, I always like to lead with this segment. This segment is called Message of the Day. And on Message of the Day, that's when we break down some steps in order for you to do whatever you want in this life, especially when it comes to your mental. And today's topic was all about living in your truth. So we're going to go over some topics. We're going over some steps, really, to make sure that you understand some things that you can do to maybe live in your truth. Maybe you're not honest enough with yourself. That's what this is for. It's to help you. Step number 1, embrace self-discovery. How you going to live in your truth and you're not honest with yourself? You have to discover yourself. You have to go outside of the bounds and the boundaries of what you believe or what you've been taught in order to express yourself the best way that you possibly can and to live in your truth. Okay? Embrace self-discovery. That also includes self-love, self-care. You gotta bring that all into you and make that internal, so therefore when you put that out, it is in its purest form. Step number 2, cultivate self-awareness. You gotta be aware of your surroundings. You gotta be aware of what's going on. You got to be aware of what makes you tick. Too many times we see people get lost in the sauce simply because they don't understand what makes them tick. And other people really get mad because they're like, man, you growling out, you being angry, but you really don't know that person really gets triggered. So know your triggers, okay? Cultivate self-awareness for yourself. Step number 3, practice mindfulness. Again, it goes back to being aware. You got to be mindful of the decisions that you're making. You got to be mindful of the people that you're around. You got to be mindful of the information that you take in, because they are all influences in the decision-making process for your now and for your later. Okay? Practice mindfulness. Step number 4, align with your values. It's simple, guys. You have to have your values in line so that you can know what makes you you. Stand on what you stand on and don't be afraid of anything else. That is also living in your truth. That is being authentic to oneself. It's very simple. And I got one more for you. Embrace vulnerability. Too many times we see it. Everybody has this cold, hard exterior. Let's be honest, man, ain't nothing getting through concrete. But if you allow yourself to be open and embrace the vulnerability, that's when the change can happen. That's when you can really, 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 truly find out who you are. Living in your truth. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wise, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. Until next time, peace.
Bow head, too bad. That chick bow head, too sexy. Woo, young.
Bring the chorus in.
Keep on shining.